it's Tatiana from Tatiana's Everyday Food, and welcome back to my kitchen. If you're a chocolate lover, you are gonna fall head over heels in love with today's recipe. I'm making a triple chocolate cheesecake, and I'm adding even more chocolate on top as a garnish. I love how creamy, rich, and chocolatey this cheesecake is. It is just perfection and any chocolate lover's dream. And today I'm going to be using a water bath for baking my cheesecake, and using a water bath gives you that beautiful even top on your cheesecake every time. So watch my video and I'm going to give you guys all the details on how to use the water bath and how to make this fabulous cheesecake. Let's get things started with our crust. So into a food processor, I'm going to add in 10 chocolate graham crackers, and I've just broken them up into smaller pieces. So we're going to need a cup and a half total of cookie crumbs. I'm going to close this up with my lid and give this a whirl until the cookies are broken down into fine crumbs. Next, I'm going to add in 1/4 cup of melted butter, and the butter is just going to bring all those cookie crumbs together. Cover this back with my lid and give it another whirl. I'm going to transfer my cookie crumbs into my springform pan, and today I'm using a 10-inch pan, and I've wrapped it with some foil, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. I'm using a large spoon to press the cookie crumbs into a firm, even layer. Just go around the edges and the center, make sure the cookie crumbs are really firm. And now on to our cheesecake filling. So the most important part is getting our cream cheese light and fluffy. So today I'm using 4 8-ounce bricks, so 32 ounces total of cream cheese, and I've softened it at room temperature. I'm gonna place it into my mixer here. And to that, I'm also gonna be adding 1/2 cup of sour cream, which is gonna add a nice tang to our cheesecake. So I'm going to turn on my mixer here, and I'm going to whip the cream cheese for about 10 minutes, scraping down the sides of the bowl every couple minutes until the cream cheese is really light and fluffy. And now I'm going to add the rest of my ingredients. So I have 1 cup of white granulated sugar. We're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract for a little bit of that flavor. And I have 4 large eggs that I've brought up to room temperature. Drop them right in. And then I'm going to keep mixing this for another 5 to 7 minutes until it's really well incorporated, and don't forget to scrape down the sides. I have my cheesecake filling all done now, and to get our 3 layers, I'm actually going to split the filling between 3 different bowls. So today I'm using a kitchen scale. You don't absolutely have to have one, but this makes things really easy, and that way you'll have 3 equal portions. So I'm just going to spoon this in, divide it between the 3 bowls. And now let's talk about chocolate. So today I'm adding 1/2 cup of each kind of chocolate. I have some dark semi-sweet, milk, and white. So I'm just gonna use a microwave and melt these. I usually set the power level on my microwave to about 50% and stir every 30 to 45 seconds. Now with white chocolate, it can be a little bit tricky to melt. Sometimes it likes to clump up. If that happens to you, you can add a little bit of shortening. Today I'm gonna be using some Crisco. You need just the smallest little amount, and it's just gonna help keep that chocolate nice and smooth. Once you have your chocolate all melted, you want to go ahead and pour it right over your cheesecake filling. Make sure you scrape everything out of that bowl. And then you'll want to use either a spoon or a spatula and combine the chocolate with the cheesecake filling until you have a nice and uniform mixture. All right, so now we have everything ready to put our cheesecake together. I'm gonna start out with the darkest layer first. So this is gonna be the semi-sweet chocolate chip, and I'm gonna pour it right over our prepared crust. You'll wanna take a spatula and just spread the filling gently and evenly to the sides. And now I'm ready to add my milk chocolate layer. So for this layer, I'm actually gonna spoon the filling over the first layer to try to keep the 2 separated as much as possible. And now I'm going to take my spatula and very gently spread the milk chocolate layer evenly to the edges. And I'm going to add in my white chocolate layer in the same way. So just gently spoon it over. And then at the end, we'll take a spatula and just even everything off. So as you guys have noticed, my springform pan is wrapped with foil today, and that's because I'm using the water bath method to bake my cheesecake today. And I've had quite a few viewers ask me if they can use it for a cheesecake. Absolutely, it's a great way to make a cheesecake. So first things, you'll have to go out and buy some foil that's wide enough to cover the bottom of your springform pan completely and wrap around the sides. So it looks like this one is 18 inches wide, which is perfect for this. And you'll need a deep dish oven roast pan or some kind of baking pan that's tall enough to hold some water. So I'm gonna place my cheesecake into my roasting pan, just like that. And I have lots of room on the sides to add my water, so I'm gonna pour some in until it reaches the edge of the pan here. I have my oven preheated to 290 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm gonna bake the cheesecake for about an hour and a half to an hour 45 until the edges of the cheesecake start to set up, but the center is still wobbly. Once your cheesecake is all baked, you want to crack open the oven door and let the cheesecake cool off for about an hour in the oven. And then after that, take it out and let it cool for at least 2 hours on the countertop. And then you want to place it into the refrigerator and let it sit overnight. So mine has set overnight, and now it's time to remove it from the pan. So I like to just gently run a knife along the edge to try to help release it from the pan. And to transfer the cheesecake onto a cake platter, you'll want to run a flat spatula along the bottom to loosen it. And then once it's loose from the pan, you could just gently slide it right onto your cake platter. Just like that. Perfect. I'm going to add a little bit of melted chocolate around the rim here. And I just placed it into a Ziploc bag. I'm just going to add a little bit here around the edges. Sprinkle on some milk chocolate chips. I'm going to add a few pieces of some dark chocolate. And a few white chocolate truffles. And lastly, a few chocolate cookie pieces just to finish things off. And look at all those layers of that chocolate yumminess. And that's it for a triple chocolate cheesecake. All we have left to do is dig in and give it a try. And I love that you can see all those distinct chocolate layers. This cheesecake looks so pretty. You guys are gonna love how rich, creamy, and absolutely delicious this is. The flavors in this cheesecake are just mind-blowing. You get so much of that delicious chocolate flavor starting from the bottom with that dark chocolate crust, working your way up to the top with that white chocolate layer. Just absolutely phenomenal. All that creamy cheesecake just melts in your mouth, and you get this wonderful symphony of delicious chocolate. If you guys like chocolate, you have to give this cheesecake a try. If you do make this cheesecake, don't forget to share it with me on Instagram. I love to see you guys' creations. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.